Okay, just to get started on this, just really nailed it perfectly this morning. That's dead center. You can't tell because of the shadow right there, but that is dead center in the hole. Getting ready to finish out the tail block on the 1711. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill the next size hole up. Now that one is centered, you got to keep in mind here that we don't need to go all the way to the biggest size is the entire back hole. Keep in mind this is a tapered peg. Okay, so we're only going to go to, I don't know that we're even going to go that. Yeah, maybe right about there. And then after that, we have what you do with all peg holes. Let me take this off here if I can get it. It's in a fitted plastic tube. This is a ream, and this is sharp edged, and this will automatically set your taper. This will cut the hole and set your taper inside the hole that you drill. It's a straight hole, and it'll give you a tapered hole for a plug. Well, actually, this is initially done for violin pegs. It's what you use for violin pegs, but we're using it here for the end peg. Well, I used the drill bit, and it came out dead center on the inside of the inside of the tail block, so we're good to go there. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my ream and insert here. I've already done a little bit with it, and you know I've got a long way to go because it's a fairly sizable tail pin. I gotta be careful here. You don't want to go forcing it and doing it too fast because you don't want to end up splitting the brand new tail block. I think what you're hearing there is some of the glue that was inside that seam. Okay, it's going very nicely now. Got a really nice feel to it. Careful. And if you feel it stick, back it out a little bit. Very gently, let it do its thing. It's cutting the inside edges and putting a taper on the hole. Okay, we got some sawdust coming out on the inside, which is what it should be doing. See, the ream, it has a number of cutting edges. You can see it right here. I don't know if you can see the sawdust in the inside those grooves. And those grooves allow for the sawdust to clear out of the hole as you're working with it. Anyway, so let me go ahead and we're just gonna try our peg. We're coming. And it would be really easy to go too far if you go driving it too quickly. See, that's all full of sawdust right there. We're doing it was cutting really well. Okay, go ahead and try the peg again. Okay, now we're down to about 3/16 of an inch. So little by little, and I'm not gonna rush this. I want this thing to get in there and set just snug in the hole when this peg finally gets into place. I want this back flange to just coming in, and it should be good and tight when it comes in. Oh yeah, really nice. We are just about 1/16 of an inch from being all the way home. This is where you want to slow up and really take your time and keep checking that peg for fit. Clearing the ream, getting the sawdust out of the grooves. Okay. And just now I can feel the ream is hitting the outside of the original hole at the back. And that's just where you want it, because that's what the original hole was set for. So that when that peg set home, it was just right. Let me go ahead and try this. Man, we are almost there. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to call it quits right there. That's it. That's it. Okay, let me see if I can. Well, we've got a bunch of sawdust down there. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. See how that is perfect. Now there's just a little bit left to go, and I'm not gonna do any more reaming. That's where we stop, because once we let that set in there for a while, we keep working with it. It'll take a nice set in the hole, and we're just gonna be dead on perfect. So we're done. We're done. The peg is all perfectly reamed and into a nice tapered hole, and we're going to be good to go with that. Hey guys and girls, if you're following this, in the morning we're going to get the old glue pot fired up. Okay, so what I decided to do on this latest video about the repairs on the 1711 is just eliminate a whole bunch of stuff, okay? And I'm just going to summarize it and show a couple of pictures, maybe do a fiddle tune here at the very end. So basically what happened was, after I fired up the glue pot that next morning, I went ahead and did everything. I glued up the back. Actually, that was separate. I did that and then let that set first. But then after that, I glued the tail block down, I glued the sides down to the back, all of it. You know, it got glued up and set in the clamps for 6 hours. And that's what made the rest of the repairs just good and solid. And so basically, by the time I got done with that, and you're going to hear it in the final section of this video, by the time I got done with all that, this violin, at least as far as the body of the instrument, minus the top, and the top is still going to be done, the body of this instrument is in really excellent condition. Very, very playable. Hey, that's the name of the game. At least we've got this much of it done. I'll have a couple of pictures in here, but other than that, I think we're going to just go ahead and eliminate. Can't believe how much I'm going to be eliminate just a whole bunch of blah, 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 blah of details of me doing this and doing that and so forth. Suffice it to say, everything got glued up, everything is solid, and the body of the instrument's in really good shape except for the top. So, all right, thanks guys, and I think we're going to do one more little segment here and we're done. After all the work I've done in repairing the old 1711 violin, we are now ready. The back, sides, tail block, everything has been completely, basically rebuilt. And so we're good to go. Next step is moving on to the top, and it's the thing that I've dreaded for so long, the whole mouse chew area. But anyway, just want to let you know that, and here's a final look at what I've got done. This will be the last video on this particular part of the rebuild. But a lot has been accomplished here, and I'll kind of let you follow this step by step, so I'm not going to rehearse it again. Suffice it to say, everything is good and solid. We're back to being a decent, solid violin, except for getting that top done, and that's the next big step. So, all right, thanks for following, and thanks for stopping by Old Fiddle's New Life. We'll see you in the next episode.